Why, hello.
Hello. Well, it's safe to say it's been a while since we've talked anything Big Brother, right? We literally didn't talk about the last season or anything. Definitely not the last video we posted. But no, in all seriousness, hey guys, we're back here once again for the next episode of A Conversation with Kely. Very excited for this video. We'll be talking about it in a little bit, even though you know what we're doing. But of course, I am here, my lovely, beautiful co-host, Aly. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Excited to talk about this cast, and I'm just drinking a cinnamon roll protein shake for breakfast.
I'm drinking Fuji apple cranberry from Panera, which we love.
We love that, honestly. Best drink at Panera.
Oh yes, that and the actually no. You know what my favorite drink in Panera is. And this is only something I figured out recently. My favorite drink in Panera actually is a frozen strawberry lemonade. It's fucking amazing.
I need to try it.
It's so good. The only thing I don't like about it is that it melts very quickly. So you got to drink it instantaneously. You can't because I always get it like whenever somebody gets it at work. And they don't, and like I put too much in the blender, I just make a cup for myself. But the problem is like it melts like instantly. So by the time I'm drinking it, it doesn't even taste good anymore. I have to get rid of it. So yeah, we're gonna have strawberry lemonade at Panera. Make sure that you drink it quickly, or also make sure you ask for a lot of ice because otherwise it's not gonna last. But we're not here to talk about drinks at Panera. That's a nice little segue, I guess. We are here to talk about the cast of Big Brother 25, and I will say right now, Aly, I don't know about you when it comes to this cast, but I am already feeling so much better about this cast than I was at this point last year.
Same here. Like already this cast seems like they have a lot of potential and they actually seem like really likable.
This seems like a really fun bunch, I think. At this point last year, if you remember, I literally said on stream, I'm like, I don't know about most of these people except for Taylor. And it seems like I was right because, she fucking won the season.
Yeah, Taylor, Michael, and then, there were some that were okay, obviously.
I know Jen and Topher were, pretty high on Joseph, when we did the cast assessment last year, which, I mean, they were right to because he was iconic.
But yeah, there were definitely people that I thought were okay, but it was mostly Taylor and Michael. That's it.
Yeah, this cast, on the other hand, is a lot more dynamic. I think we have some very interesting personalities. To be honest, there's people that I expected to kind of be one way, and they seem to be completely different than I expected them to. And I love when that happens. That doesn't happen often enough. A lot of the time, especially I find in BBUS, it's they kind of put these people into boxes, and it's this is your jock, this is your nerd, this is your really just sweet and bubbly girl, this is the more this is the more intense girl, this is the more crazy person. We don't really have that this season. These people seem, for the most part, fairly normal, and I like that a lot, actually.
Oh yeah, they seem really fun, very just charismatic and very energetic and stuff like that, which I'm really excited.
Yeah, definitely. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So we're not going to do this the way we've done before, where we draft as we go along. We're going to draft towards the end because there was a 45-minute video that already came out with this cast, which I'm so happy about because last season we had nothing to go off of, literally nothing.
I know.
This season, thankfully, we had a video, we have a parade article, we actually do have a pretty good handle on this cast, although I will say I took extensive notes on this video and then realized that there was an article that literally transcribed the entire thing, so we're just going to ditch the notes I took and focus on this article because
you did such a good job.
I did, but the thing is, they asked them 10 questions, and some of them didn't answer all the questions. So it's a little bit confusing as to what they were being asked. So that's why we're using this article as kind of a way to do that.
I totally forgot to change my calendar to August.
Oh yeah, I did that the other day. But we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing, where I'm gonna say one, you're gonna say the other, and so on and so forth. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Kind of crazy that we're getting Big Brother so late this year, but I'm kind of here for Big Brother in the fall. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of here.
It'll be fun, and also we'll be able to do it together and live, when you're visiting me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're going to get started here with our first person, and that is America Lopez. She is 27 years old. She resides in Edinburgh, Texas, but she currently lives in Brooklyn, New York. She is a medical receptionist, and when asked how it feels to be on the 25th season of Big Brother, she says she's been waiting for this season for so long. She's watched all 25 seasons, and that this is a huge deal. It's a big season to be on. She's so excited and ready to play. She can't believe she's part of this historic moment, and she's ready to play. And let me just say, this is word for word what they said in the video. So this was like really infuriating that I found this out after the fact, after I took so many copious notes. But anyway, I'm not going to get into
it's still good that we have notes, just for like a guide kind of thing.
The same thing, though.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's still great.
Okay. So then she's asked, what twists do you think are happening? She says, I have no idea what Big Brother has in store. I'm ready for anything. I've seen every season. I know there are twists and turns every day. I've watched every episode, so I'm excited to play. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm bracing myself and I'm ready. She's then asked why she decided to play in Big Brother. She says she's a huge super fan. She's been watching, which we'll see if that's actually true. She's been watching for the last 15 years. So she wants to go into this playing the game that she personally loves to watch. So she's going to be in here lying, backstabbing, and blindsiding with whoever she can whenever she gets the chance. She plans to stay low at the beginning just because she feels like that strategy has worked for past players. But she's definitely going to be the sweet, bubbly, charismatic person and try to get to know everybody and be genuine with them and then lie to whoever she needs to. She doesn't mind. She's going to do whatever it takes to win the game. So she's then asked what's her experience watching Big Brother. She says she's been wanting to play this game so badly since she was 10 years old. She's watched it on TV and said that she can do it. Even at 10, 11 years old, she's just like, it's a wall comp and that's easy. She feels like she can hold on. So to have the opportunity to be here and do this, it's insane. She's ecstatic and she's just out of her body right now having this out-of-body experience. She's then asked about Julie Chen as a host, which I thought was a really weird question, to be honest with you. I don't know why they were asked this, but
I don't either.
She says that Julie is an icon. She is Big Brother. There is no Big Brother without Julie. She's been here since the beginning, and I'm so excited to get to talk to her, to get to see her. It's going to be surreal for her, and it's crazy. Her strategy going into the game, she says that she has a couple of strategies going in playing this game. She definitely wants to lay low at the beginning, have people underestimate her, have them see her as this bright, bubbly, cheery girl. So that's step one. Step two, she loves cooking and doesn't mind cleaning, so she's going to play the kitchen strategy and just try to get on all the house guests' good side when it comes to that. And then she's definitely going to flirt it up a bit with the boys and just have some fun. So that's her strategy. She's asked how much she's going to hide about herself during her time in the house, and she says she has an Ivy League degree, so she's definitely going to be keeping that from her fellow house guest. She doesn't want to come off as the smarty pants and automatically be targeted because of it, so she's going to keep that a secret. And then asked what makes her nervous about being in the Big Brother house. She says she's worried about being homesick. She's a huge family girl, talks to her mom every day. They have a big group chat with her and all 5 of her siblings. They're just constantly talking back and forth, so I'm worried about missing them. So she's worried about missing them while she's in here. But other than that, she's ready to play and ready to have a fun summer. And then is told she's going to win because she's the one to watch out for in this game. She knows the game. She's watched it for 24 seasons. She's going to go in here full throttle, just playing 1,000% all the time. Okay, so with all that said, I know that was a lot. I will give my thoughts on America real quick. So I thought America, kind of just by looking at her, was going to be like the Alyssa type last season, where she's going to be like good at physical wise, and seems like she's going to do really well physically, but kind of like flop in challenges. And other than that, she's not going to do much. But I'm not going to lie, I see a lot of potential in her, actually. The one thing that really struck me is her strategy. I think she has a really good strategy. She's going to lay low and just be kind of bubbly, but then, hey, I'm also here if you need someone to cook and clean, so you got to keep me around for that. But hey, also, I'm really close with the guys, and people are probably going to want to, potentially get into a showmance with her, so that's going to help her as well. I think she has a lot of potential. I think people are going to see America, and they're going to think she's just a really sweet girl. They're going to want to keep her around because of it. Maybe she'll be good at challenges. She didn't really say how she do physical-wise, but, we'll see how that goes. Either way, I mean, I see really good things for her. I thought, like I said, she was going to kind of come in and just be kind of just sweet, but it seems like she has this very like conniving side of her that people aren't going to notice. And I feel like a player like America, that works the best with. Nobody is going to see her and think that she is this like cutthroat type, but she is. And I think that's why she is actually going to do pretty well this season. I'd say my only real concern with her, and look, this is the case for a lot of women in Big Brother that say that they're going to flirt it up. A lot of the time when they say that, they enter a showmance like pretty quickly. But America strikes me as someone who, if she's in a showmance, she's going to be there for strategic reasons, and she's not going to let her showmance get in the way of her playing the game. So I actually think she has a lot of potential. I see her doing really well this season. And yeah, I'm honestly surprised by how many good things I have to say about her, because kind of going in, I was like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen her type before, but it seems like she's really trying to like play the game, and I'm very much here for that. So what do you think about America?
I actually really like her so far. Like I really do love her strategy, like just playing up as just like the sweet, social, bubbly girl, just like getting along with everybody, like on a personal level. And like I do love that she wants to like cook and clean, because where she likes cooking and cleaning, so she'll probably like definitely like where people will want to keep her around for that reason. And I mean, it's always good to have someone who cooks, like who cooks well and who obviously loves to clean.
And usually they don't want to go for that person early on because they want to keep that cook around.
Yeah, exactly. Because who else is gonna like cook and stuff? You know,
look at Santina.
If some people, what?
Santina is like the perfect example in BB Can this season. Like one of the reasons they wanted to keep her around was for her cooking.
Yeah, like for instance, like some people, who knows, some people might not be cooks. So yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, honestly, with her like showmance and like flirting strategy, I don't see her being like in a full on showmance. I feel like she would just use like her flirting to her advantage. Like she'll like get them on her good side, but then she'll like cut them like that.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, where she's just trying to get them on her good side, but she's like, oh yeah, I can cut them. I can be cutthroat. I'm gonna get rid of them like really quickly. Like I could see her being more like flirting with the guys, but she cuts them for the girls kind of thing.
I can definitely see her trying to make like a girls' alliance of sorts.
I can see that for sure. And like I really enjoy her. I see a lot of potential in her. Right now I could see her either winning or at least getting like third, fourth.
I think she, to me, is going to get 6. I see 6th place vibes from her.
Actually, I can see that too, because like a Natalie, for instance, like she got 6.
Honestly, I see a lot of comparisons to Natalie. Actually, I could very much see that.
Yeah, like game wise and such, like she really does give a lot of Natalie vibes, because Natalie was very girl power, but she also was very flirty.
Well, I also think if she does get into a showmance, it'll be just like a Natalie and James, where like she has all the power, and then whoever the guy is, like he's not as dominant as he thinks he is. Like James thought he had all the power in that showmance, but it was really Natalie.
I can see that for sure.
So I feel like that's going to be America. But anything also, I do want to say real quick, I've seen some weird theories out there about her, that her name's not actually America, and she's using a fake name, and that's part of this whole multiverse twist that's going on.
I don't believe that.
I don't either, but I will say it is going to be really funny when they go, it's time for America's vote, because it's like, yeah, we have that every season. Like, what are they even going to do with that?
That'd be so funny, but like, I don't believe that, because I mean, America's literally a name. Like,
text America to whatever.
Like America Ferrera, that's a name.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but it's just they got to tweak that a bit, because and they're gonna have fun with her name, like on like in the like the recaps and stuff.
Oh, it'll be hilarious.
We saluted America goodbye. Something crazy like that. I mean, Big Brother narrations are always really quirky like that they'll do something stupid like that.
It's double affection rate, baby.
Yeah. Anything else we want to say about America before we move on here?
I mean, I just hope she does really well, because I do have a lot of potential in her, and I'm very excited to see her play.
Yeah. All right. So now we move on to someone that we have so much to say about, right? We know so much about this person. Ellie, talk to us about Blue Kim.
All right. This is Blue Kim. She's 25. She's from Riverside, California, but she currently resides in New York. Her occupation is a brand
Strategist.
brand strategist.
And as you can see, she only answered 2 questions.
Yeah, she because I will say, like, we found out she's one of the recruits, so she was probably like a last minute ad.
Yeah, I will say right off the bat, she very obviously is an alternate because when you watch that video, her energy is so much different from everyone else's. She's in a completely different location. I think she very easily was an alternate for a woman that dropped.
Oh, definitely, because she was probably just like really last minute because, like I assume maybe someone just dropped out for personal reasons.
Okay, well that's good to know.
That's so cool.
I went to school with her and she wasn't their bully, so there's that.
I mean, from her vibe, she seems like really awesome and cool.
I feel like most of the time we hear about someone going to school with someone in Big Brother, it's not positive. So I'm glad that it was a good experience.
I'm glad. But anyway, why did you decide she wanted to play Big Brother? I want to be on Big Brother because Big Brother requires 2 things, strategy and a social game, which honestly I have both and the money won't hurt. What is your strategy going into the game? My strategy going into the game is lying about my job so they don't know I'm a strategist, winning competitions, and playing a mean social game.
Yeah. I don't have much to say about her at all. Very cut and dry answers. To me, I don't even think this was like questions she was asked. I feel like this was her audition tape because if you watch the video, she's so much more like energetic than everyone else. She's like, I want to be on Big Brother because Big Brother requires 2 things, strategy and a social game. It's like, yeah, this is very obviously not an interview. This is probably her audition tape, especially because she's in a different location than everyone else. There's really not much to say about her. Like, she's the definition of like the wild card right now because all we really know is that she wants to play the strategy in the social game, but she also like seems like she's going to be good at competitions. And then she wants to lie about her job. I'm going to say the same thing everyone else has. Like, all she needs to do is change her occupation to like brand research and she's probably fine because anyone sees like strategists, they're going to be like freaking out about that. I don't have much else to say about her than that. I mean, she seems fun, but like, and I mean, DM Rock said she's cool, so hopefully she's cool.
I know, right?
I have nothing really to say because I just feel like we got nothing out of her from these interviews. And it kind of sucks that like she was a last minute alternate because I feel like we would have gotten more out of her if not the case. But I mean, I just feel like there's like really nothing to say about her. I hope she does well. I don't understand the Bella comparisons. I'll say that right now. I've seen people say that she's going to be like a Bella. I don't really see it, but we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, like with her, I don't have a lot to say about her either, but like from pictures and everything, I love her vibe so far. I just think she seems like very aesthetically pleasing. But like as a player, it's hard to say how far she'll make it. Like right now, I don't know. I feel like I get like early juror vibes from her.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't see her being like a pre-jury. But I just see her being kind of like an early jury right now.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have like a really fun personality too, to where they're not gonna want to cut her too early on.
Oh yeah, and like she does seem iconic. I just don't know much about her yet. So I hope she does well. I'm excited to watch her play. Hopefully they don't catch on to her. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for Blue. I think that's all we really need to say about her because, like I said, we didn't really get much of anything. With that said, let's talk about someone we do have a little more to say about, and that is Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm sorry, I meant Bowie, Bowie Jane.
Jamie Lee Curtis from Freaky Friday.
I had to. Okay, in all seriousness, she's 45 years old. She lives in Melbourne, Australia, but she currently resides in Los Angeles, California. She is a barista and DJ. And she says that In terms of how it feels to be on the 25th season of Big Brother, she says she's so excited to be part of Big Brother's 25th anniversary. It makes it that much little bit extra special. There's a bit more of a buzz going around, and we're out of COVID, so she's excited. She says, what twists does she think are happening? She says she's been trying to think about what Big Brother might have in store for the 25th season. She's thinking it could be something like bring back some challenges from the past season. She doesn't know, perhaps looking back at some of the winners, and they're going to have a little go in the house, but she's not sure. Maybe some intruders, that would be cool. When asked why she decided to play, she says she wanted to be in the Big Brother house because she loves Big Brother. She loves the game. She thinks it's really interesting. It's so crafty. She doesn't know how anyone wins the game, so anyone's going to come in and win. It's absolute rubbish. You've just got to pivot. She's excited to play the strategy and get involved. Her experience watching, she says when she first moved to America, she's been here for about 8 years. She started watching Big Brother here, and her jaw nearly fell to the floor because it is hardcore. It's hardcore strategy, very different from Australia. She really enjoys the seasons here because of all the strategy and the alliances. So she wants to crack and get into a good alliance. Her strategy going into the game is she wants to get into the big alliance straight away, because if you think there isn't a big alliance in the house, Bub, you're about to get voted out. She asks how much she will hide about herself during her time in the house. She says she has a few secrets that she will be keeping. Her age, because she's 45, but she never thinks about her age and never tells people about her age. So in the house, if anyone asks, she is 34 and not going to tell anyone. She's also a lawyer and not going to be telling people that. That is how you get voted out, saying you're a lawyer, which, I mean, yeah, usually that's the case. I mean, Xavier literally hit it during his season. It really worked out for him. So she says, why you're going to win Big Brother 25. She says she thinks she can win because she gets along with people, and she's used to getting along with all sorts of people, young, old, party people, quiet people. She thinks she can mix with anyone. So she's hoping that strategy will get her through to the end. Now I'm going to go over to you, Allie. What do you think about Bowie so far?
Oh my God. Bowie seems such like such an icon. She gives very cracked energy. So I feel like she'll be like really fun and wild and just like here to have a good time. I can see her getting along with everyone, but I also do see her getting into some fights or arguments. It's hard to say, but I do think she'll be really fun. I feel like she also gives like very Carolyn from Survivor vibes.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I can also see her being like very inspiring like Carolyn. So I do have potential in her, but it's hard to say where she'll make it because right now she's kind of a question mark on her placement.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't see her being first boot. I see her either being like maybe like right before jury or at jury, or like maybe like a double eviction or a triple, who knows. But like I do see potential in her for sure. Like she seems really funny. She seems really fun. And I like that there's an Australian, which is pretty cool.
The first Australian in Big Brother, which is really cool.
Oh, we love that so much.
Yeah.
And I just think I'm very excited to watch her because I feel like she's going to make for good feeds.
Yeah, that was kind of my estimation on her as well. I think right off the bat, she is going to be so much fun to watch in confessionals. I can already tell. I think she's going to have some really great one-liners. I think she's going to be someone that like we get excited to see every time she's on screen. What's going to be interesting though, and we haven't really touched upon this, is that this is a much more random cast in terms of age. There's some people who are in their 20s. There's some people who are in their 50s. And so I feel like her strategy of not telling them her real age probably going to go out the window once she realizes there are other people in the house that are close to her age, which is not something you usually see in modern Big Brother. And I think that's really cool. It's funny because I saw so many people like tweeting saying like, we need older players. We need older players. We have older players this season. And she gives like Rennie energy, but I could see her giving Rennie energy where she's like really cracked and funny and has a lot of great one-liners. And I think that there definitely is potential there. So I do think that she is going to be a lot of fun to watch. With that being said, I don't know how she's going to do like game-wise. I could see a couple things going wrong for her. her wanting to be in a big alliance early on, my worry is that she's gonna try and like throw something out, and this isn't gonna be a very like alliance heavy cast, and they're gonna
I could feel like I could see with that, like I can see her trying to like putting this big alliance together, but I can also see her like exposing it.
Yeah, I could see that as well for her. I don't see her being first boot. I think there's going to be people in the house that she gets along with. There's one person in particular I feel like I could see her really vibing with in the cast, and I'll get to them once they come up. But I don't know how she's going to do placement-wise. I think this is my prediction, she's either going to be like the last pre-jur or she's going to be very early jury. I don't see her getting that far in the game. But I do think she's going to be fun to watch. I think when we think of this season, there are going to be some moments from Bowie that we definitely think about. I just don't know how she's going to do overall, like strategic-wise. I don't know if her game is there. I think social-wise, she's going to be good. I don't know how she's going to do physical-wise either, but to be honest, with it being a more older cast, I'm hoping that the comps are more like equitable for older players, because I feel like we've been getting a lot of comps that have been catered towards like the big like macho guys, and I'm hoping we get to see a little bit less of that this season. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing from her. I think she's a lot of fun. I just don't know how she's going to do placement wise, so we'll
see.
Is there anything else you want to say about Bowie before we move on?
I could definitely see her like when she's evicted. I can see her calling out like anyone.
Oh my god, yeah. She kind of gives, what she kind of gives? She's like an older rock star. I could see that from her.
She's like, I could see her being like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, she kind of gives me like that older rock star vibes. I definitely see that from her. I can see that. Also, really cool they have like an Australian in there. I like seeing a very like diverse cast in terms of like where they grew up, in terms of age. I think this is like what we want to see in Big Brother. So I think this is really cool.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, so that's everything we have to say about Bowie. We move on to someone that I was very surprised about, to be honed with you.
Same.
And that is Cameron Hardin. He is 34.
Oh, I think, wasn't I saying him?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going back and forth.
I'm going to put my food away, so go ahead.
I'll wait for you.
No, you can read.
No, it's okay. I will just wait for you because it looks better. So how is everyone tonight or today? I mean, because it's still early. It's 10:53 a.m. here because I'm in Pacific time. But how is everyone? Are you guys doing well? Also, don't forget to drink your water. And I just thought I'd just wait for Kevin just because he won't be too long. But yeah, I'm so excited for the season, and oh my gosh. Honestly, it's kind of fun that we're doing the cast assessment and draft like the day of the premiere, just because it makes it kind of like interesting, you know. We'll probably cover the premiere tomorrow, most likely, but we'll see. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of like podcasts this week. Because obviously we did our long overdue BB24 review. So go watch that. Support. And obviously we did our claim to fame review for the last 3 episodes. And then we will be, and then obviously we're doing this, and then we'll have Stars on Mars and the premiere episode.
Sorry, I was checking something with my dad.
No, it's okay. I was just kind of chatting.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Talk to us about Cameron.
All right. So Cameron Harding is 34. His hometown is Eastman, Georgia, and I assume that's where he resides. He's a stay-at-home dad. And how does it feel to be on the 25th season of Big Brother? He says, being a part of Big Brother history is incredible. Being part of the 25th season, silver anniversary, he can't wait to see how nuts this gets. It means more to him than he's a part of something in 25. The twists that he thinks are happening, he's been racking his brain trying to figure out all the stuff that they could pull out for the 25th season. He's just excited to know that it's going to be crazy, and he can't wait to see how jumbled up and crazy everything gets. And why did he decide that he wanted to play Big Brother? He loves Big Brother so much. He loves the willpower that it takes. He loves the fact that you've got to gamble on everything and leave everything behind and go locked down in a house with a bunch of strangers. He loves the mental fortitude that it takes to run this game. And some people aren't built to go to the distance or go distance. Some people are built to be sprinters, and you've got to play the game the way that's designed. And that it is to have absolutely no idea what you're doing until you come face to face with a brick wall of what you've got to do today. He's not a marathon runner, and he likes to blend with each portion of his strategy, and you definitely can find a lot of other historic people's gameplay within his. And he hopes that he can do them justice, and he gives them a nod along the way. And his experience watching Big Brother is he's a super fan, huge super fan. He lived to come into this house every season he lives with his what if. He almost got to this point. He's probably auditioned 5 or 6 times, and finally getting into the house right now for the 25th season. He couldn't tell you how special it is just to be sitting in these walls. And he can't believe that the next 14 weeks is on the other side of that door, and he can't believe this. His thoughts on Julie Chen as a host.
Probably the funniest answer.
Oh, it's so funny. He says Julie Chen Moonves was his first crush, which is really funny.
Yeah.
She puts him to bed 3 nights a week and says she's incredible. He can't wait to meet her, and not too soon. She's historic, not only with Big Brother, but a huge love of his in television history. And reality television erupted in the early 2000s, and the fact that he saw Julie Chen 3 nights a week at the very bare minimum was really cool. His strategy is not to win many comps, definitely not to win any soon, and not to lay too low as if he's a floater, but to be right down the middle. He wants to build connections with people and drive relationships forward. And then how much will he hide about himself? The only secret he's probably going to hold back is that how big of a fan of the show he is, which is smart.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have to downplay that a little bit, so to not put a big target on his back. He doesn't necessarily know why being a super fan puts a target, but it definitely does. People hold back the information, and he thinks he's going to try to flirt the line between having actually understood the show in depth and being a super fan, and it definitely worked in a lot of people's favor. Like Ian from season 14, he was a humongous fan, and it actually worked out. And his reaction to playing Big Brother 25 and coming out in the fall. Big Brother's running a little late this year, which is exciting for him because he's a huge fan of football. He loves football, food, family, friends, sweatshirts, bonfires, and in the Big Brother house, he has no idea what to expect. And what makes him most nervous? Everything about the entire process of living in the Big Brother house has me excited. The only thing that he's nervous about is nothing regarding the game or the house, but he's never actually been away from his daughter for this long, so it's going to become tough for both of them. And why he will win. he's been waiting for this opportunity for a very long time, and he's definitely going to win this season because he has what it takes to go the mile. He's athletic, sharp, and he builds relationships and goes the distance. He has an incredible knack for learning people very well. It's a salesman tactic, but more so, he just loves connecting with people. His ability to connect with people is going to help him understand them in depth, so he knows what kind of moves they will make, and he knows who he can try to trust and who to not rely on.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on him?
Honestly, Cam kind of like really surprises me because I feel like he could actually go really far because he has like a really great strategy. He seems just like a very kind guy, so I could see him just being like the dad kind of thing. Like I could see him just being very fatherly, just helping people when they're like sick or not or down, or if they're missing their family and friends. Like I can see them like really just connecting with people on a personal level, but I also see him like being super smart, like being very strategic. He could possibly win, but he could also be like, I don't know, maybe like a 7th or like a 5th place. I kind of see, but I could see him going really far because he definitely has like the strategic aspect, and like I don't see him like completely just lining with just the guys. I could see him just being social with everybody, and hopefully like they don't catch on to his game, but I don't know. I feel like he could be like very surprising of a player, honestly.
Yeah, I was honestly really impressed by him.
And also, I will say he also seems really funny.
Yeah, he does. The thing I will say about him is that, I kind of talked about this with America. A lot of the time when people say that they are super fans, they're not actually. Cameron strikes me as someone who is a genuine super fan. He knows this show.
Yeah.
He has a lot of love for this show. He's waited so long to actually play and now is finally going to do so. And I don't think this is going to be a Daniel Durston situation where he's waited forever to play and he turns out to be a complete fucking asshole loser.
Oh, I don't see him being anything like that.
No, and already I like Cameron more because he made this whole post on Facebook talking about how he doesn't understand how people like the Confederate flag, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we love a
hell yeah.
We love a progressive king, but
we also love a Democratic king. Ugh.
Yes, I think he is going to be so great in this show. He generally seems like he has like everything down pat. He is going to be so great socially. I think he's going to have some great conversations in the house with people. I think he's really going to get to know people on a personal level, and he understands that part of it. He understands the strategic part of it where he can't go in saying he's a super fan. He's going to try to downplay that a bit, and I think it's really going to work out well for him. But he also seems like, at least that he said, he's really good physically. And so I think Cameron is going to be a real dark horse in this competition. I think people aren't going to see him as this really big threat, but he's going to have deals with so many people in the house, and I think he's just going to kill it. He also just seems like a lot of fun. I can't get over his Julie Chen answer. Like, I don't like that question, funny. But I'm happy we have that question just because it produced that answer. That's the only reason I like that question.
It's just so funny.
I think he has a ton of potential. I generally think he's going to go pretty far. If I had to guess, I mean, I honestly see him at this point at least getting like top 8. That's where I see him going at this point. I think he has a lot of potential here. I generally could see him making it all the way. I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he does have it in him for sure. So yeah, I feel great about Cameron. He's someone that I was generally very impressed by, and I think that he could go very far in this game. So yeah, he's definitely someone to watch out for.
Yeah, Cam's honestly like, wait, didn't I already say my thoughts?
Yeah, you did. Is there anything else you want to say about Cameron before?
Sorry, I was just talking to my mom.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about Cameron before we move on?
I just see a lot of potential in him, and he'll definitely like downplay, hopefully, his like super fan thing, and I just see him like being really fun to watch and very like just kind and fatherly, and I cannot wait to watch him.
Yeah. All right. So next up we have Corey Wurtenberger. Now, we will get the elephant out of the room. He is the younger brother of Survivor 42 contestant Zach Wurtenberger, who was also the technical first boot of 42, if you don't count Jackson, who was unfortunately medevaced. But Zach was the technical actual first boot. He was the first person voted out. So he's his brother. He's 21. He's from Weston, Florida, and he's a college student.
Also, is Marianne gonna have a crush on him too?
That'd be so funny.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah. So he asks how it feels to be on the 25th season of Big Brother. He says it's incredible. He means season 25 is feeling like all these milestone seasons, like 10, 20, they've all been spectacular. And to be a part of this season, it's incredible. He knows his history right off the bat with him saying that. And he says that he feels like not only is it going to be fun for him, but it's almost his duty to make this season as amazing as it can be. So he's looking forward to it. He hopes everyone else is pumped, especially showing up here. He guessed he's already been in the house, which is incredible to think about. Just the simple things, walking, sitting at the kitchen bar, going outside, playing pool, probably being horrible at pool, going upstairs, sitting at the chessboard. There are just so many moments he wants to have, and he's going to be able to, and it's going to be awesome. And then he has this very interesting idea for a twist in Big Brother 25, basically pitching that it's an all-winner season and he's like a Pandora's box twist and it's like week 3 and it'll probably be endurance. So he's guessing Nicole Franzel's probably going to win. So she's going to have the option to open the box and then Corey enters the game of all winners. It's a crazy twist. He says he doesn't know how they came up with it, but it should be fun. That's probably the most unique answer out of this.
It is very unique.
But why he wants to
it's honestly such a different answer, which I do like.
Yeah. Why he wants to play Big Brother is he says that this one's pretty simple. When we talk about his skill set, whether it be his weird bouts with athleticism or his persuasive speaking skills, he has all of that. And then you also have the super deep pool of social strategy knowledge and Big Brother super fandom. And you have these two ideas and it's like, what do you do with both of them? And it's kind of only Big Brother. He can't go playing Mahjong or chess and get that same rush. So he's here to play and he's here to have fun. And his experience watching Big Brother, he says he's a super fan of the show. So being in the Big Brother house is more than a dream come true. After he leaves the house, he's going to have the opportunity to watch himself play the game 2 or 3 times, assuming it's a good season. At least he hopes it is. So it's incredible. Every single part, the diary room, HOH, veto, just sitting in the house lounging. He's excited for all of that. His thoughts on Julie Chen. I'm going to start skipping this question because it basically says the same thing. She's a spectacular job at like getting the house they don't want to talk about. All right, cool. She's great. Great. The house guest. Let's move on. Don't have much to say about that one. But strategy going into the game, his strategy is pretty straightforward. He's going to try to lower his threat level as much as he can. That being said, he's going to try to win the first HOH. And if it doesn't happen, he's entering full. He's a child. Help lead him. What does he do? What should he do? Where should he go? He doesn't know how to do laundry. Do you know how to fold a shirt? And once he enters that mode, he thinks people will start looking at him as someone they can bring along, as opposed to someone who's going to be this massive force that they need to oppose. He says that he generally doesn't, in terms of hiding things about himself, he says generally he thinks a lot of people come into the house hiding so much when it's not even necessary. He sees people go in being like, he doesn't want to tell people that they're a student because then they think he's studious. And he's like, no one cares you're a student. Just be honest. You don't have to lie the entirety of the game. He would love to lie about his age, but he looks closer to 15 than he does 25. So he's just going to have to deal with that. Otherwise, he thinks he's going to go full honest. And then he thinks he's going to win Big Brother because he is built for it. He's 5'4", 140 pounds, face 9, body 6, IQ through the roof. He thinks he's in pretty good shape for this game, and he thinks we will all see that. So
he's so tiny. Oh my gosh.
I will give my thoughts real quick on Corey. So I will get the elephant in the room right in the way. Yes, his brother was the technical first boot of Survivor 42. Would it be funny to see another Wurtenberger also get first boot? Yes, and I will laugh if that happens. I will say
I will too. It'd be so funny.
If that happens, it would be hysterical. But I don't see that happening to Corey. I think Corey does have a legitimate strategy, especially coming in, downplaying how much you know the game, him acting like he's just, and especially him being the youngest person on the cast. I think this could really work well for him if he comes in and he's just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I'm just like this, college student that doesn't really understand the game. Like, I generally see that really working out for him. I think he can employ that strategy very well. My worry with him is that I feel like he's going to be someone who he's working with someone that's a stronger player than him, but that stronger player doesn't necessarily feel like he's also like on the same page. Like he's not their number one, and he's going to get eaten alive because of it. I don't see Corey making it farther than like first or second juror, to be honest with you. I think he definitely has it in him to go a bit farther. I just feel like, especially because he's so young and because he knows the game. He definitely does know the game really well, but I also feel like he's coming in just a little too overconfident as well, thinking that like he's poised to win, thinking that he's going to do really well. And I just feel like he's going to get eaten alive. I don't know. I kind of got that from his answers. I don't know how well he's going to do. I like him. I think he's going to be a fun personality to watch. But right now, I'm not entirely sure how far he's going to go. Like I said, I think first, second juror, that's probably where I see him going. I could also see him being in like a big alliance. I could see that happening for him as well, for sure. He has that type of personality where it's like people are naturally going to want to work with him. But other than that, I don't really have a ton to say about him. Like I said, it is going to be funny if he's also first boot, but I don't see that happening. I think he's at least going to make it past the pre-jury. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it would be really funny to see it be first boot as just like his brother, but I don't see it happening either. I don't know. I kind of get like double eviction vibes from him.
I could see that.
Like maybe he's like the second in the double or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe he's just like, oh, let's just go for someone easy, or I don't know. But yeah, he seems just like he'll be like everyone's little brother because he's like very young, very small. Yeah. But he seems like a very nice, genuine guy. I hope he doesn't
realize how well that strategy of like it is going to work for him because he's with such an older cast.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why, but I see him kind of like being like getting into a duo, like a Carolyn and Carson kind of deal.
Yeah, maybe he works with like Bowie.
Yeah, that would be really cool, honestly. Like, it'd be kind of a cool dynamic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think he would do really. I mean, I hope he does well. Because he seems like a just very sweet guy. And like I could see him doing well in like the mental challenges, but I could also see him doing well in like the physicals. Maybe like who knows? Maybe he'll do the wall comp. He'll win that. But
yeah. I can see that.
I'm really excited to watch him play. I mean, his brother is an icon. His brother's such a troll on Twitter. He's so funny.
Oh, yeah. We love Zach.
Oh, yeah. So good. But I'm very excited to watch him play, and I'm really excited that
he's who's going to be his Marianne, though? That's the real question.
People who are, like, around the same age. I don't know. Riley?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, when we talk about her, we'll see. But, yeah, anything else we want to say about Corey?
Just hopefully he does amazing.
All right. So now let's get to someone who is in a very unique position coming into the show. She's now the oldest house guest to ever play BB West. Let's talk about Felicia.
Okay. Felicia Cannon is 63. Her hometown is Tacoma, Washington, but she currently resides in Kennesaw, Georgia. Her occupation is a real estate agent. She is the first woman over 60 to compete on Big Brother.
You love that so much.
Ugh, we stan. How's it feel to be on the 25th season? She's excited. She's a little nervous because it's the 25th, so they're probably going to do some crazy stuff. Some like things that they haven't seen before. She's sure there's going to be all kinds of surprises. Expect the unexpected. Well, for the 25th season, and she's assuming there's going to be a whole lot of that. So she's excited to be a part of it, but nervous and about all the expected things it could possibly be. The twists she thinks they're planning are she can't even imagine what they're going to do, but she believes they're going to bring in some old stuff, some new stuff. A combination is tough, and she racked her brain thinking, what are they going to do? It's the 20th season, so it's going to be crazy, and she's just ready for whatever they throw at them. And it's going to be exciting, and she can't wait to be a part of it. She decided she wanted to play Big Brother because part of the reason I know. Part of the reason why she wanted to be in Big Brother, in the Big Brother house, is to prove to herself. She's always looked at herself as a people person, as a social person, as a relationship person, and this is going to let her know if she's always seen herself and she's always seen herself how other people see her. She believes she knows how to strategize and play all the little different things you need to do to get to the end. She's going to see how she sees herself, other people see her. It will carry her to the end. And she knows her age and experience are going to be an advantage for her, but she's hoping it's not looked at as a disadvantage to the 20, 30 somethings in the house.
Little does she know.
Right? But she generally connects with younger people very easily. Her son is 24. She doesn't think she'll have a relationship problem. They might just say she's old and we need somebody to go out first. So let's just pick her. Aside from that, she thinks she'll be able to establish a rapport with everybody in the house, and they may look to her as their go-to person. She's not intimidated by anybody because she feels you're only as strong or as weak as you believe you are. True. And she's always looked at herself as a survivor. She doesn't let anybody take her power, and she can only control her.
We're gonna skip the Julie question because it's boring.
Yeah, wait, let me see. Yeah, all she says is she loves her, blah blah blah. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Her strategy going into the game is to be her authentic Felicia, build relationships, build relationships, build trust, and then from there, wherever the game takes her, it takes her. Have fun. She just wants to have fun. How much will you hide? Right off the back, she's going to tell them that she's 63, but now they'll be able to guess that she's somewhere around 50, maybe 55. They won't believe she's 63. She may not tell them that because they might really look at her as, we can't let this old person stay in there. So she gotta make them believe she's a little bit closer to their age. And she also may not tell them she retired twice because they may decide we can't let her win because she got 2 retirement checks. She's just going to talk about stuff she's done, not say she's actually twice retired. Her reaction to Big Brother being in the fall. She was just talking today that normally the show ends around August, September, and now we're starting in August. We're going into the fall. This will be different. Hanging out by the pool in October will be a little different. So she's thinking they're going to spend more time inside the house versus outside, which makes sense because it ends in the winter.
Yeah.
Makes her most nervous. Probably the only thing that makes her a little nervous is the sloppiness. She knows young people can clutter, so she's a very organized person. So that will probably be something trying to clean up behind 15 other people. She'll work it out, and it's going to manage her. Why she will win. She really believes she's going to win because she believes she has the skill sets and experience in life and her ability to connect and read people. She really believes her natural self is going to carry her to the end.
Okay. I will give my thoughts right away. I fucking love her so much. And here's the thing. Listen, usually when there is the older player in the house, that usually is not the greatest sign. You usually have someone that's either goes really early or they're kind of like a Terrence last season where they're just kind of along for the ride and not really doing much of anything. They're just kind of like just coasting along and they're just latching on to stronger players. But I got to say, in a cast that has a pretty like inconsistent age range that really varies from like older 20s to very late. She's the oldest one at 63. I actually see a lot of potential from her. I think right off the bat, she is an incredible speaker. And I think that people are going to gravitate towards her immediately because of that. I think her seeing older players in there, it's going to give her an advantage to play a lot harder. And I think she's going to do really well. I think she's going to be amazing at the social aspect of the game. But I also see her being really good at the strategic side. She says that she thinks she knows like relationships very well. She thinks that she's very good at understanding people, and she really wants to kind of like prove that to herself. And I think once she does that, she's going to be able to get in there and just really kind of dominate. I mean, I don't see anybody wanting to go for someone like a Felicia, like very early on. I don't even see them wanting to go for her, like, period. I think she could honestly get all the way to the end and potentially win this game. I think she absolutely is one of my winner picks. I think she really has a lot of potential. And like, yes, I know it's like, it's crazy to bet on the older player because of how it usually goes, but I think she's going to be one of the exceptions that we've had. I think I just see so much potential in her as a player. I think she's going to absolutely kill it. So yeah, I mean, she by far is like one of the people I'm the highest on. What do you think?
Oh yeah, she's fantastic so far. Like, she's going to be a really great speaker. I could see her, like, when she's nominated, I can see her, like, really swaying people with her speech, because I could see her doing very well with that, like, being very articulate and being like, yeah, let's keep her, like, last minute, you know? Like, say they're going to keep the person next to her, but then they're like, no, let's split the votes.
Yeah, I think she could easily sway people.
Yeah. So like I can see her being like she's very well spoken. I can see her being very strategic, very social. I don't see her being first boot either. I mean, if she gets like pre-jury, I see her being maybe a last pre-jury, like last pre-jury.
I just don't see her as a pre-juror. I think she's too.
I don't either.
She just seems too likable and well spoken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The only if she is pre-jury, I do see it being a last pre-jury, but I do see her making jury for sure. She could possibly get all the way to the end. Just we'll see. Like she definitely has potential to make it to the end or at least the jury phase. I am so excited to see her play. Watch her win the wall comp or something physical.
Oh my god, that would be so good. I would be like, oh my god, this is amazing.
It'd be so iconic. You also froze for like a second.
Oh well, I'm not now.
Yeah, I was just like for a second because StreamYard's mean. But yeah, I'm so freaking excited to watch her play. Like she's gonna kill it. I feel like she could also bond with like I don't know. I feel like she could bond with like a Jag when we talk about him.
I could see that. Actually. They have very similar personalities.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
I will say I do see like her being very motherly too.
Yeah, I'm very high on Felicia overall.
So. Maybe I could see her also being another cook.
Yeah, I could see that as well. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say about Felicia before we move on?
Just prove that like 63-year-old women can win.
Absolutely. Please. All right, so now we move on to someone who also is in the older age range. Let's talk about Hassam. He is 45 again. I love the fact that this cast is a lot older than usual.
It's so good,
so refreshing to see. He resides in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He currently lives in Seattle, Washington. His occupation is he is a geriatric physician, and he says, in terms of how it feels to be on the 25th season, he's beyond thrilled to be on Big Brother season 25. It's a historic milestone, which means this game is going to be more competitive. The house is going to be more interesting, and it's going to blow people out of the water. And he's thrilled to be part of something so big. Why he wants to play Big Brother is that he works with older adults every day, and he's not guaranteed another day. If you live to be 100 years old, you get 36,500 days to live, and most people only live into their 70s, which is around 27,000 days. He wants to make sure that every day that he lives matters and counts. He was living to its fullest potential, going on adventures and experiencing new things. Again, we're going to skip right over the Julie question because it's boring.
All she said is just say that he thinks she's iconic, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, nothing to really say there. And then his strategy going into the game. So he says he wants to find someone who's conscientious and agreeable to his ride or die. He wants them to be someone who is good at keeping their emotions in check and someone who's intelligent and sort of maneuvering strategically. Then the two of them will sort of maneuver to create two fashioning groups that basically get split while he sort of lives in the middle, and then they are able to sway the vote based on the dynamics of what is happening, never allowing either side to get too powerful. He thinks that one of the problems that has happened in past seasons is people's ride or die is not that competitive and not that good at winning, and then you watch the two of them sort of fumble at the end. That is not his plan, and I will say right now, that fucking won me over. Oh my God. Hassam is another one that I am so high on as a player.
Oh, yeah.
As a viewer. I think he's going to kill it this season because, I mean, just hearing the way that he, like, expresses himself, there's so many things where it's like, how can you argue against this? If he comes in there and he talks about things like, oh, I only have this amount of time to live and things like that, it's like, oh my God, that's so profound. Like, how do you argue with that? You know, him having this amazing strategy that I really hope he actually ends up doing, where he's going to find a ride or die. He's going to create two groups in the middle and he's going to be riding there. Oh my God. That's like exactly what I want to see in a Big Brother season. I just feel like he is going to be so great. I think he's going to do amazing socially. I think he has a lot of experience as a physician, and I think that he's really going to employ that to good use, and I think he's really going to kill it in that way. Physical wise, I mean, you know, I don't really know how he's going to do. He seems like a pretty fit guy, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's definitely one of the people that stuck out the most to me. I think all of his answers were so like succinct and concrete and really kind of stuck out from a lot of other people. So yeah, I am very high on Hassam right now. What do you think?
Oh, he is fantastic already. You said, he's very profound. He'll be a very well-spoken person.
Yeah.
I can honestly see him like getting at least third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
I see him getting.
I could see somebody like winning the final HOH and evicting him because he's gonna win.
Yeah,
but I could also see him
winning a lot of comps too.
I do too. Like and also for a 45-year-old, like that's insane. Like it's amazing, and I could see him teaming up with like a Felicia.
Yeah.
And like, oh, he's just amazing. Like he could be like the whole package. He could do good physically, strategically, socially. Like he just seems very likable, very nice. And isn't he also one of the queer guys too?
He's the only queer guy I think this season. He's the only guy that's gay this season. And what I like, and he's not like he's not the stereotypical kind that we usually get. Like he seems like a genuine person, and I like that.
Definitely. Like it's just wonderful. I can also see him like teaming up with like a Corey, like maybe like take him under his wing, like the young guy.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Would be cool, but like also he lives close to me as well. Like he lives a few hours from me.
Oh. Go meet Seattle, even though he's in the Big Brother house.
Like, because he lives in Seattle, which is like not that far. But yeah, I think he has a lot of potential, and I'm so freaking excited to see this guy play. I mean, I'm excited to see like all these people play.
Yeah, honestly, this is a very good cast. Anything else you want to say about Hassan before we move on here?
Just prove us right. You are going to be amazing, I hope.
We're going to try to speed it up a bit because I do have to go in like an hour. But we're going to go ahead. Ally's going to talk about Izzy.
All right. Izzy is 32. She's from New York. She's a professional flutist. How does it feel to be on Big Brother, the 25th season? She thinks there's a lot of pressure being on a historic season. They maybe sometimes for the audience can feel like a letdown, but not this season. Season 25 is going to be the best for sure. Twists she thinks are happening. She thinks it's comics, so she thinks it's a BB comic season theme. That'd be pretty cool.
It's not. It's multiverse themed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's a cool like answer, I guess.
Yeah.
Very unique. She decides she wants to play. She's a proud queer woman, which we love that.
Oh yeah.
She thinks that the representation hasn't really been at the fullest. So true. She wants to be a strong, powerful representation for her queer community, and that feels really important to her, which we love that answer.
Mm-hmm.
Her experience, she's a huge fan. Little fun fact, she only started watching in January of this year, 2023, but she's seen almost every season twice now in the time, so she's a huge fan, which, I mean, at least she went back and watched the seasons.
I'll give my thoughts on that in a little bit. We don't have to talk about this next question.
It's still interesting. Obviously, Julie Chen, she just thinks she's gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about that question. Like, why is it even an answer? Why is it even a question? Like,
just ask Cameron. You didn't have to ask anybody else.
It's just very pointless of a question.
This was the only like funny answer.
I know, right? It's funny. All right. What is her strategy going into the game? She's a musician outside the house. She thinks it's really important for her game inside to crescendo. And she wants to lay low and just observe people and fit in socially. And then towards the end, she can turn on that comp piece when no one will see it coming. How will she hide herself? She doesn't plan on keeping any secrets about her personal life from the house guests. Besides, she absolutely cannot keep up the lie. She doesn't want to step in it, and she's going to do enough foot in her mouth throughout the season as it is. She's going to win because Big Brother is when she walks into a room, all eyes tend to go on her. She thinks people find her pretty disarming. She thinks everyone's guards are going to be down. They're going to tell her secrets. Tell her their secrets. She's going to have all the information in the house, and she's going to use it to her advantage.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't dislike her. I feel like people are a little too hard on her.
I've seen.
There's nothing like really to hate about her. I definitely worry though, because like her strategy can be very it could be very hit or miss. Because she said she can't keep a lie, or keep secrets.
Yeah, she said she can't. Yeah. She can't keep a secret.
Yeah, I feel like that could really hurt her.
Yeah,
because I feel like if someone tells her something and it gets out, I could see people being like, yeah, we can't trust her. She is definitely sadly one of my first boot picks.
Yeah.
I could see her being first, second, third boot, somewhere around there. She's definitely getting pre-jury. I don't want her to. I want her to surprise me because I love being surprised. Because she obviously loved her representation. We love the queerness. We love all that. But Like, and I want her to do well. I sadly just don't have a lot of potential in her.
Yeah, I'm basically going to echo what you said. My biggest fear with her is that I think she is going to be the person, and we see this a lot in Big Brother. She's going to be told some very crucial information early on. She's going to spill it to the wrong person, and they're going to go for her like immediately because of it. I don't see her going far at all. My other big concern with her is, even though she said she's watched like every single season, I feel like she's watched so recently that like all the seasons are going to blend together. So like they're going to ask her a question about Big Brother and she's going to like get it incorrect or something. And they're going to think like she's lying about being a super fan or something like that. So I just don't see it going well for her at all. I think especially the fact that she said that she can't lie. She can't keep a secret. Those are things you need to do in games like this. And the fact that she can't, I do not see it going well for Izzy at all, to be honest with you. If I had to pick a first boot, she's definitely very much in the running. Yeah. I don't know how well she's going to do in challenges either. We'll see how that really goes for her. Maybe she'll be first boot. Maybe she'll be not first boot. Maybe she'll be first HOH tonight and prove us all wrong. That'd be kind of funny.
That would be.
Yeah, like that'd be like, oh my God, okay, we really underestimated Izzy. But I just don't see it from her. I'm sorry. Like, I think that I love her story. I like the representation that she brings. I agree with everything she said about there not being enough representation in Big Brother, because there hasn't, and minus like the past couple seasons. But I just don't see it in her. I think that she is going to go out really early. I think that she's going to be someone that, honestly, we kind of just forget in the season. I don't think she's going to leave much of an impact. She gives me like Joey vibes in Big Brother 16. Like, that's what I get from her. Like, I don't see her going
I can see that.
So yeah, she's definitely like one of my first boot picks, unfortunately. Hopefully she is wrong, but I'm just not very high on Izzy at all. So
yeah, we'll see.
That's where I'm at with her. All right, so now we're going to talk about someone that I think is on the complete opposite end of Izzy. Let's talk about Jag. He is 25. He's from Oakmac, Washington. Yeah, Washington. He owns a truck company owner. And he says, in terms of being the 25th season, he's actually been thinking about this a lot. The 25th season, that's insane. The silver anniversary for Big Brother. And for him to be a part of that season, also making history as the first Sikh Punjabi house guest on the show, is so incredible.
We love that. We love that so much.
I love the diversity this season. It's so good. He says it's so humbling. He means that you can tell his excitement through this already. It's his dream. It's everything he could have imagined. It's the perfect season for it as well. Representing his Sikh community is so important. He wears a turban. This is how he represents himself every day. So to come to the show, be who he is, represent not only himself, but his family, his community, and his people, it just means the world to him. And in terms of what twists he thinks are happening, he says this is what keeps him up at night. He's trying to figure out what Big Brother is going to do for season 25. And he feels like every season just gets crazier and crazier with twists. Honestly, he thinks this season they're going to bring back all the fan favorite craziest twists. That'd be cool. Maybe pressure cooker. That'd be cool to
see. Please bring that back.
He would do if he was behind the scenes as the producer. Probably even more stuff like new things that we can't imagine. So he has no clue. He's excited, but he feels like throwing up at the same time. Trying to think of it. He says he wanted to play for so many reasons. He's a huge fan, so he generally would enjoy playing the game, or he thinks he would from the outside. It seems so much fun. You see people that are actually genuine friendships with each other, and he's super competitive. He loves any sports, board games, anything that has a competitive edge to it. And Big Brother's literally one huge competition. And being the first Sikh Punjabi on the show is huge for him. And then also to not forget that they're playing for money here. So he's really just trying to make it all the way to the end and get that $750K as well. So there's so many reasons. And it's like, why not apply for the show? Again, we're not answering the Julie Chen question because it's literally the same fucking thing from everybody except for Cameron. But his strategy going into the game.
It's also his strategy is very long too.
Yeah, similar to Felicia's. He feels like at the end of the day, this is a game. House guests know it's a game, so they're going to get blood on their hands, and he's willing to do what it takes to get to the end. He wants to do as much as he can to keep himself safe and have some close allies that can take him to the end, so it's not a lone wolf game that he's going to play. He's not going to make it to the end that way, so as much as he can be loyal to his closest allies, That's how he builds trust. He thinks it's good for jury management to stay loyal to some folks, but obviously there's going to be lying. There's going to be deception. There's going to be backdooring. All of that is natural for a game of Big Brother, and it's something that he just has to come to terms with. He's not afraid to get blood in his hands. He usually has this personality as the jokester, but he's super social with other people. He's got charisma and stuff, and he wants people to think that he's airheaded or doesn't really know what's going on, but really he's a secret genius, and he wants to keep that under wraps so people don't know, and that they don't think that it's smart to get him out. But once they're out, it's going to be too late. And once they realize that he was playing everything behind the scenes, they'll only have Julie to talk about it with. In terms of how much he's going to hide about himself. He says he's not going to tell him his occupation either. He's an entrepreneur. He owns a gas trunk company. He does real estate and a realtor, and he feels like some of those professions are easy to pin as cutthroat or super driven, and he might have some negative connotations that might paint a target on his back. So he's going to tell everyone he's a substitute teacher and a Special Olympics coach, which is true, but it's just a partial truth because he doesn't want to share everything else that he does. His reaction to Big Brother playing out in the fall. This is another question I think we can kind of skip over. Imagining his family and friends going to be out there for Halloween. He's going to be in here fighting for his life, probably wearing a really stupid costume for Halloween, which I will say, very excited to see Big Brother during Halloween. That should be fun.
Same. That will be fun.
Especially because I didn't see BB22 because I skipped that season because it was boring. But he can't stop imagining himself in Halloween, the Big Brother house, and what Big Brother's going to do. Halloween is also his favorite holiday, so he's just super excited for that specifically in the fall. And he says why he should win is because he's charismatic. He likes to bring people in towards him, and he thinks they'll be able to trust him and they'll want to take him to the end. Now, I know you have a lot to say about Jag, so go right ahead.
I just really love him because he just gives teddy bear wholesome vibes. I just want to hug him.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like no one's just gonna go for him because he just seems so sweet and so innocent and just someone who they just think he's too nice to get rid of. I can see him at least getting to getting to at least 6th.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I don't see him being pre-jury. He just seems just the nice guy. Another I almost said fatherly, but he's only 25.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he had a kid, but
you never know.
You never know. Also, another person who lives close to me-ish.
It's a Jag.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, he just seems so
a couple hours.
I can see him being really strategic. His strategy seems very articulate. He seems very articulate. He has really good strategy. I can see him just being very social with everyone. He just gets along with them on a personal level. I can also see him being a Donnie, just really sweet.
Yeah, I see that.
He's just very lovable. That's just the vibe I get from him. I mean, I could see him winning as well, just because of how sweet he is. But I don't know. I feel he could get I could see him leaving late jury, or maybe runner up. I don't know. We'll see.
Why do I see him and Hassam teaming up? I don't know. I see that.
I can see that. That'd be kind of really iconic. I like that.
Hassam said he wants to work with somebody that's really good at comps, and Jag said he's good at that stuff.
Yeah, that would be kind of iconic. Not gonna lie, I'm here for it. That'd be so good. And obviously, him being the first Sikh Punjabi person is incredible. And I just want him to do so well because he just seems just so nice, and I just want to hug him.
Yeah, he does seem like a really sweet guy right off
the bat. His smile is infectious.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of person that I feel people are they're just gonna love. People are just gonna love this guy. They're gonna gravitate towards him. I think he's also gonna provide a lot of really great conversations, probably about
really good insight.
Yeah, how people perceive Sikh Punjabi, the Sikh Punjabi community and the culture overall. I think we're going to get a lot of insight that we haven't gotten to see from people of that culture before. And I think it's really great to see that in here. And that's why we love seeing the diversity, because we get those really interesting conversations. We get to hear different perspectives. And, when you have a cast that's mostly white people, we don't really get to see that. So I'm glad that this cast, that's not the case.
Exactly.
I think it's really cool that we have someone in there like that. But also, I think he's so incredibly lovable. I think he's someone that you just want to naturally gravitate towards.
Someone you really draw to.
He also seems like he has a really good idea of the game he wants to play. He wants to find just a couple close allies that he can take to the end and have this really good jury management. Yeah, I mean, I think that he has a lot of potential to win. I don't know if he is going to win, but I think he's at least going to make like top 5. I mean, I see a lot of potential in him. I also think he's going to be like someone that is similar to Cameron, where like you don't expect him to do well at comps, but like he does really well. And I think that's going to be where Jag is.
I don't know why, but I see him winning like OTEV.
I could see that too. He seems very perceptive. So yeah, I have a lot of
like another thing, I can see him having really good jury management, so that's why they get rid of him, maybe.
I could also see that, yeah.
Because of how likable he is.
This does seem like a very like strategic cast. So I feel like, So yeah, I see a lot of potential in Jag. I think he's going to do really well, and he's definitely someone I think is going to go very far in this game.
Yeah, I do not see him being first boot.
Yeah. All right. So with that said, let's talk about someone that I'm sure everyone's really excited to see. Let's talk about Jared.
Yes. All right. Jared Fields is 25. He's from Norwalk, Connecticut. He's an exterminator. He's the son of 4-time Survivor player and Traders winner, Suri Fields, which is like the iconic. Best. We love Suri so much.
I've never seen a season that she's been in, but we love Suri regardless.
We just adore her. You need to go back and watch her. She's phenomenal. How does it feel to be on the 20th season? It's iconic. He was thinking about it last night to himself, and he was like, "This is not anything ordinary that any ordinary person can say they've been part of. He's gonna be part of history. The twists he thinks are happening. He plans on everything being thrown his way. He really doesn't know what to expect just because Big Brother is such an elaborate game. He knows that they've got some stuff coming for them." With the 25th, he decided he wanted to play because he's the youngest brother of 11. He can prove to America that I am the big brother, and not only to America Lopez.
Yeah.
But to the other 11 other guys who swear they're not my older brother. His experience watching, he's a pretty big fan for sure. He's right under that bar that meets Superfan. A Superfan will always probably beat him in the test, but he thinks he'll be able to hold his own.
Skip that question.
Obviously, Julie, he just got a good thing about her, blah, blah, blah.
That's all he says. She's got the it factor.
It factor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Who cares? A strategy is he's going to be fluid, like water, respect and accepts all walks of life, and try not to make such a presence for himself until it's needed. His strategy is to minimize his presence as much as possible unless it's needed. He doesn't want to paint targets by having a showmance. He doesn't want to paint a target on by winning too many challenges, and doesn't want to fart too loud, which is really funny.
I love that.
Well, what will he hide? He's not telling anyone who his mom is, because I mean that will probably make him a big target. Imagine you hearing on a basketball court that you're playing against LeBron's son. You would think that he has the most game ever, and you want to take that chance. He's not taking that chance. His mom is basically the Michael Jordan of Survivor, so there's no way he's telling anyone who she is. And he'll win because he has what it takes to be the big brother, because he's willing to adapt and have it in him. He doesn't lose. It's not in his nature to lose. By nature, he's a winner, and he knows he's very good at maneuvering people, so he believes he can do that.
All right. What do you think?
Oh, I love him so much. And he's honestly another winner pick for me. Because, he just has a lot of potential, because he does seem very fluid, very adaptable, very articulate. I can see him being very strategic, but also I can see him being a triple threat, social, strategic, physical. So and I can see him definitely not telling anyone about Suri, because I mean, especially with a Corey whose brother was on Survivor, he'll definitely know.
They're
I mean, maybe
related to somebody, right? And they just tell each other.
That could be interesting. I could definitely see Jared and Corey bonding and stuff. I mean, I don't see him being in a complete guy's lines. I can just see him working with everybody kind of thing. I can see him play the middle where he doesn't even get caught. He's definitely someone who I see a lot of potential in. He's definitely winning, or at least another one who's getting at least third, fourth. Because he does seem like another person who has really good jury management. He just seems super likable. He also seems really funny. So I can with the fart joke, I can see him making a lot of funny dad jokes and stuff.
Me too.
And him being like Suri's son is just incredible, and like I cannot wait to see him.
It's so surreal to think about because I
I
feel like
know
it sounds like something in like a fan fiction or something. Okay, so here's how I feel about Jared. I think he definitely has that triple threat thing down. I think he's going to do really well with that. I think he is going to be a very likable player. I don't know how far he's going to make it, to be honest with you. I think
really.
I think he is going to make it to the jury phase, but after that, I'm not really sure. I don't see him as a winner pick necessarily. I think there's other people that we've talked about already that have a stronger potential to win, but I do think he's going to do well. I think he's winning a lot of challenges for sure. Like he definitely is he has the right skills to win a lot of physical challenges. I think he's going to do really well socially. Strategically, I'm not really sure how he's going to do. I kind of feel similarly how I feel about Corey. I think Jared is going to do a little better than Corey, but I'm just a little worried that I don't know if he's going to be as strategically sound as his mother. I mean, just because he's Suri's son, that is.
I mean, unless he got tips from her, like going in.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I feel like right now, I'm not going to say he's Tiffany on Vanessa's sister on BB18, but I kind of see him being in a similar boat to her where it's like he's good, but he's not great. And I think he's going to get outplayed by some people. So that's really where I see Jared going at this point. I think he's going to be really good for sure.
Wait, where do you see his placement?
I think he's going to be in jury, but I think he's going to be early jury. That's where I see him going.
I can see like a first or second or two, but I also do see him winning just because he seems like that. He just gives like winner vibes.
He definitely does give the vibe. I just think, just in my opinion, there's other people like a Hassam, like a Jag, like a Felicia, who I feel like are more, for me at least, like what I would expect in a winner pick. And I feel like Jared has that, but I just don't know if he has it like as much as some of the others. So that's really where I see him at this point. I'm not like
watch him make it to the end and you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
you're like, I was so wrong.
I'll eat a napkin if that happens. That's what I'll do. I'll eat a napkin.
Eat a napkin?
Yes,
no.
I'm not gonna eat my shoe, but I'll eat a napkin.
You'll like put it in your mouth and be like, I'm not actually eating this.
Yeah, I'll just eat a napkin. I will eat a napkin on the finale. I'll do it. But
that'd be so funny.
Yeah. So Jared, I don't know how he's going to do. I think that he does have potential. I'm just not sure because I've seen this happen a lot where we have the sibling or the son of like a power player and they're not as strong as their brother or sister or parents. And I feel like Jared could end up being that way. We'll see. I think he has a lot of potential. It's just right now, I'm not really sure. That's really what I have to say about him. We're going to go ahead and move on, though, to Kirsten. She is 25. She resides in Orlando, Florida, via Dominica. She currently
she's from there, but lives in Houston.
Yes, she currently lives in Houston, Texas. She is a molecular biologist, and she says that in terms of being on the 25th season, it's a historic 25th season of Big Brother. She's 25, and it feels like the stars are aligning for her to win this, which she's not alone. There's a lot of people that are 25, actually. The twist she thinks are happening is that she feels like they're going to make everything 25 times as hard, to be honest with you. But she thinks it's also going to be a little bit of a bigger reward. She'll see if she's right. She's not a psychic, but if the prize was bigger because of the 25th season, don't say that she didn't tell us. She says that she wants to play. It's a crazy opportunity. She deserves to win. She came to this country as a little girl chasing the American dream with her family, and she's seen them work and struggle. And for that reason, she took herself from somewhere where we didn't really have a lot to having everything that she needs to get by. She thinks right now it's more important for her to help those who are around her to get to okay places and be able to live a happier and more comfortable life here in America. So she definitely wants to help her family members and some people overseas who don't have some of the stuff that they have there. Her experience watching is that she watched a little bit as a kid and just thought it was so funny seeing people in the diary room saying whatever they wanted to say on national TV. Julie just says has a soothing voice. We don't have to get into that too much. Strategy going into the game, she says that she wants to align with the strong people right off the bat. She needs a strong alliance out of the gate, and they're going to steamroll the other alliances. How much is she going to hide about herself? She says the one thing she's going to keep a secret from the house is her background as a cell and molecular biologist. She's going to tell them she's a swimsuit designer because she doesn't need them knowing that she's too smart. She doesn't need that target on her back. And she says she's going to win because she doesn't take no for an answer. She never gives up. She's 10 steps ahead of everyone's game, and they won't even know it. Okay, so I think Kirsten, I'm not really sure, right off the bat, has a lot of potential. I think that she's going to do really well social-wise. I think a lot of people are really going to want to gravitate towards her. I like her story a lot, where she's not really playing for herself. She's playing to like help her family in need who aren't as fortunate. Yeah. I think that's really good. I think that strategically she's going to be really good. I like that she wants to get into an alliance like pretty early on. I think that's really good. But overall, I'm not really sure how she's going to do. I think that she is going to make it far. Like, I think she's going to be in jury, but I see her getting like, she gives me like 8th or 7th place vibes at this point. That's really where I see her going. We'll have to see from there. I've seen some people say that they think she's going to get into a showman's. I could see that. I definitely could see that, especially if she wants to be with like the more dominant players, like the people who are in power. I can easily see her like getting close to like the HOH and they form like a bond of some sort. But I also see her like in America, where I don't think she's going to be like blinded by a showman's. I don't see that from really any of the women this season, to be honest with you. I think they have some really just like strong and powerful women in there who generally want to play the game. And I see that from Kirsten. I think she is going to do really well. I think that physical wise, I'm not entirely sure how she's going to do. I think it's good she's not telling them she's a molecular biologist, because that's definitely something they would be worried about. But yeah, I mean, I think she just has a lot of potential. I'm not as high on her as I was on some others, but I think she's going to do really well.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I kind of get like 4th place vibes from her.
I can see that.
I could definitely see her in a showman's, but like I like America. I do see her just like using like a showman's or footman's is just to her advantage. Like she's just trying to win, just like to cut the guys, like just get them on her good side and cut them. But like, yeah, I can definitely see her also like riding with the girls, like making a girls alliance, or maybe just like forming a ride or die with a girl, or just like maybe like a trio or something. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see her play. She's definitely not like my main favorite, but I still really like her. She's also very pretty. She's just really stunning, and like I do feel like she's going to be very likable. I feel like she's going to do well socially. I can see her doing well in some challenges too. Like, and yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty excited to see what happens with her. Like, I either see her like 4th place or maybe like 7th.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. But yeah, that's all we think we have to say about Kirsten. Let's move on to someone that honestly kind of surprised me. Let's talk about Luke.
All right, Luke Valentine
is. I will say right now, worst cast photo, like easily the worst cast photo out of everybody.
Well, he does like give that vibe where he's like, "I'm just Ken."
I don't know if they like took that photo at a bad time and he was just like kind of like, "All right, are we done here?" But like, my God,
he gives just it's like, "I'm just Ken," but
yeah,
like
I do see that from him. He's gonna be in Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Yeah, so he's Luke Valentine. He's 30. His hometown is Weston, Florida, but he lives in Coral Springs, Florida. He's an illustrator.
Yeah, he's not English, Allie. He's not English.
How does he feel to be on the 25th season? This is the 25th year. It's a special, momentous occasion. It's an anniversary. People are going to be watching pretty religiously. He thinks people are going to be coming back to it who haven't seen in ages, and there's something special about that number. He doesn't know exactly what to say, but he's got a good feeling about it, and his instinct is telling me this is the season. His twists he thinks are happening. He's seen Big Brother get pretty creative over the last decade alone. He can only imagine that on the 25th, they're going to be pulling some stops. They're not going to hold their punches. He wanted to play because his goal into getting Big Brother house seems so fun. He seems like a life-changing time. It's a life-changing time, a test of strength, a test of ability to socialize and play mind games. But I mean, the money is also kind of tempting as well. It's quite a bit of life-changing money. So to be a starving artist, you've really got to learn how to cut corners to maintain a hold of your dream. He doesn't want to work if you don't want to work a day job, I almost said J job. if I don't want if you don't want to work a day job, he wants to be able to stay painting all day. He really got to get smart with it. He's got to get crafty, figure out how to make money work for him, and ultimately manage to get the 750K. Got to make that dream more attainable. Obviously, it wouldn't be Big Brother without Julie. Blah blah blah. Okay, can you move it down a bit, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, strategy is to be the friendly guy, the lovable guy. Maybe he's a little dense, maybe a bit of a himbo, but behind that persona, there's a bit cunning, bit of planning. There's something going in there where he really needs to be on his toes at all times, even though we'll all be friends. And he's very genuine in this regard. There's going to be backstabbing and deceit and deception. He will hide. How much will he hide? He's going to hide his horoscope, his Sagittarius. It's a fire sign. They're unpredictable and crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. Most worried people in the house are going to think he's crazy and to predict. Too crazy to predict. You've got to have the element of surprise on you is very important. And also, DM Rock says, I saw Luke's Instagram. He's a huge nerd.
Yeah, I've seen. I heard about that too. Yeah,
love that. Makes him most nervous. The thing that makes him most excited is the close proximity to all these weirdos, for lack of a better term. But the thing that makes him nervous is having only one bathroom, which is, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, we don't have to answer the question.
I mean, the fall one, he just says the thing about fall in the Big Brother house is we're going to be experiencing Halloween, and he doesn't know what they're going to be planning, which I'm excited for that. And then why he will win, because he's going to throw everyone off balance, and he's a fish out of the water everywhere he goes. He's been so used to it. He's grown legs. When they're all off balance, they're scrambling. He's going to take that 750K.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it short because I do have to go soon. So Luke is not who I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna come in, be like this really like douchey, like frat bros, like, yo, I'm Luke Valentine. I'm from Weston, Florida, and I'm here to win. Like, he's not really like that. He's a little bit more nerdy, like DM Rock said, and I'm very much here for that. My issue with him is that he talks about how he's like very unpredictable and he's kind of crazy. I see him being somebody that flames out like very quickly. Like, he's going to be good for a little bit. I think he's going to be good those first couple weeks, but something's going to happen and he's going to get caught in a crossfire and he's not going to be able to get out of it. He's going to become a house target. And I think he's getting pre-jury. I don't see him getting past like the fourth week. That's really where I see him. I get like 14th, 13th place vibes from him. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I just don't see it from him. I think that, like I said, he's going to work well with people for a little bit, but he just kind of strikes me as somebody who he's going to overplay the game and it's going to catch up to him. So that's really where I see Luke going at this point. I hope that he surprises me. He's already surprising me in terms of like who he is. Like, I thought, like I said, he was going to be kind of like a Zach from like BB Can 11, but he's very much far from that. And I'm happy about that. He seems a lot more like down to earth, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to overplay and it's not going to work out well for him, but that's really where I'm at with Luke.
Yeah, with Luke, he actually surprised me. I don't know why I get like normal people like Paul Mescal vibes from him. I don't know. I get like a British vibe.
British accent, which he does not.
He just gives me very like British, but also Ken vibes. It's just really funny. Like, he's on normal. He's on normal people, so he's going to be Irish. But I don't know. Anyway, but he does seem like, honestly, he gives me like surprising vibes. Like, but honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't see him being like a Kevin Jacobs where he goes all the way to the end. I kind of echo you. Like, he's not going to be first boot, I don't think. But yeah, I can see him either being like fourth or like maybe like second or last pre-juror, or he's going to make it like to maybe first juror. Because, like, I can see something happening where maybe he's caught or he gets caught in the crossfire. He gets caught and he doesn't know what to do about it. So I can see that being hard for him. We'll see. I want him to surprise me because he does seem like he's a cool, chill guy. I did see a comparison to, like, Kyle from last season. And I'm like, no. God, no. He looks nothing like him and he seems very different.
He's also not nearly as, like, fake as Kyle seemed like preseason.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I mean, I hope he does well, but we will see because right now I don't see him going super far except for like first juror.
Yeah. Now let's talk about someone that I think we can agree is probably going very far. Let's talk about Matt. Which, by the way, you're probably going to have to do like the rest of this because I got to go soon.
Okay. Matt Set. Okay, so Matt, he's 20. Matt Klotz is 27. He's from Cameron Park, California, but he currently resides in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's a Deaf Olympics gold medalist, so he's the first deaf contestant, which is honestly like amazing.
Yes, we love that.
Like
again, the representation is so good this season.
Amazing. He's super excited and super thrilled to be on BB25, and he's ready to get in the house. He wanted to play because he wanted to take on the challenge and the adventure. Just watching it before, growing up a bit, and knowing he could put himself in these situations and challenges, he thinks he could do very well in all aspects and wants to put himself to the test. His experience, he's a pretty decent fan. He's watched a couple of seasons. He hasn't had time to watch a lot because he has a very rigorous training program, which makes sense. So he doesn't have much free time, but when he does, he watches Big Brother. He thinks the challenges he'll do really well, obviously would be the physical ones, just kind of the active ones. He thinks his only weaknesses will be the ones where he has to listen a lot. That's his weakness. Obviously, Julie Chen, he thinks she's unique, has her own style, blah, blah, blah. His strategy is going to be kind of back and forth. There's a lot of ways he can go about it. There's definitely a lot of plays you can do though with it. He thinks right now his main focus is going to be to try to win the first HOH so that people come to me to make the alliances. He doesn't have to worry about that, but also if he tries to go for that, he doesn't want to burn too many bridges right away. Kind of float a little bit, not too much, not do anything bad. He doesn't want to get in anyone's way to become a threat. He doesn't want to win every challenge he sees, and he's going to have to hold himself back a bit. He really wants to win, but then he'll probably make himself a threat right away. He's excited to be on Big Brother. He's ready to take on the challenge to prove to everyone that someone with a disability could win, which, we love that.
Yes.
Something to hide himself. When he gets in the house, he's definitely not going to let anyone know about his little secret, which is lip reading. He could read anyone's lips from far away or up close, and he's not going to let them know that because it's going to be a huge advantage. And he's going to win because this season is because of all the challenges he had growing up. Whether it's swimming disability, social game, and all that put together, it's going to be really good at Big Brother, and it's going to show.
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts real quick because, like I said, I do have to go soon. I'll probably talk about him and then Nicole, and then you're going to talk about the last two because I got to go. But
I mean, you can always just give your thoughts on the others, like when we do the premiere one or something.
Well, we'll do the draft when I come home for sure.
Okay.
But so I will say with Matt, I was a little bit underwhelmed by his answers for the majority of the video. Like when they were kind of him, it was very cut and dry. I was like, I need a little bit more. Once he talked about his strategy, I was like, okay, this guy's actually going to do really well. I think he has a really good explanation of I think he has a really good idea of why you should want to win the first HOH. You shouldn't just win because you want to get that blood in your hands. You should win because you want those people to come to you. You want to make those connections early on. And to be honest, I think he is honestly the person that is going to win the first HOH. I see it from him. Like, I think you look at him, I think he's going to win a lot of challenges this season. And I think he's going to do really well because of it. But I think he's going to have that strategy and that social game too. Him talking about the lip reading, for example. I mean, that's something nobody else is going to have. He's going to be able to tell exactly what people are thinking at all times. He's going to be able to read people very well. That's what that tells me. I think he's going to do really well with that. I think social wise, he's going to be great. I think people are naturally going to gravitate towards him. I just think he has all of the, he has all the traits you want in a player that's going to do really well, like physically. I think he's going to come up short at the end. I will say that, but he's definitely making it far. Like, he's at least getting like top 5. I think he has a lot of potential in this game. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go far. I just think he seems like a very like down to earth guy. I think he's going to bond very well with people. I have seen the Tyler Crispin comparisons, but I don't really see it, to be honest. I think he's a different kind of player than that. But yeah, I think he's going to do really well. So I actually have a lot of faith in that.
Yeah, he's actually literally, like I was gonna say too, he's actually the person I could definitely see winning the first HOH. Just because he's so physical.
if he wins tonight, I'd be like, yeah, that was obvious.
I mean, he's literally a gold medalist, so it's like
he's gonna do really well in any like physical challenges.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I can definitely. He seems more genuine than Tyler Crispin.
I can see that.
Like really, the only thing I can see between them, their similarities, is like the hair.
Yeah.
But like he seems way more down to earth, way more nice, just kind. Yeah, I can definitely see. I mean, I do see him probably getting into a guys' alliance, but I can also see him being flirty. But I don't know. I just see him like winning a lot of the comps. Like that's definitely. But I can also see him being very social. But strategy-wise, it's hard to say how he's going to be. But I definitely see him winning a ton of comps, especially the physical ones. So I can see him getting to it. I don't know. I can see him getting it pretty far, but I can also see him being like maybe they get him out in like the double because he's a comp threat too.
Yeah.
And like if he gets any farther, like he's just going to win everything or win out.
Yeah,
so
I can definitely see that from him.
I can definitely see him win out, but
I can also see him winning out. That's the thing. Like I think he's going to be the comp threat of the season.
Oh yeah, that's why like I can see him going in like a double too, because like they're going to be like, yeah, we have to get him out. Like he probably has to be like backdoored.
For sure.
But he does seem like a really nice person, and I actually don't even dislike him at all. Like, he doesn't seem very douchey. He just seems very like kind.
He's not an airhead either, like a lot of these like surfer dude bros tend to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's all we need to say about Matt. Okay, you'll talk about Nicole in a second, but I'll give my thoughts real quick. She's another one of my possible winner picks. I think she's going to do really well this season. I think that, she has a lot of passion. She has a lot of fire in her. And I think she's really going to kill it. I think she's definitely a player that I see getting very far in this game. And I think
honestly, just give all your opinions for the last few, and then I can just talk about them when you leave.
Yeah. You'll have to share your screen though with the thing.
Yeah, I will. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Nicole, real quick, I think has a lot of potential. I think she's definitely one of my possible winner picks. I love what she says at the end here, talking about, how she was inspired by both Xavier and Taylor. That tells me that she's done her history. She's really watched the show. You can see that she's been inspired. And I think she's going to be one to definitely watch this season. I'm very excited to see how she plays. So yeah, she's definitely very high up there for me. Red does not feel like a real person to me. I'll say that right off the bat. I can't take this guy seriously at all. I feel like he's going to become very insufferable. As the season goes on, he's going to be the guy they give all the terrible like catchphrases to and like the diary room and things like that. I'm just going to become sick of it. I already can't stand him. He's the only person on this cast where I'm like, he's like the crayon in the box that just doesn't fit. Like he just doesn't really fit here. I don't know how he's going to connect with people. The only person I see him bonding with is maybe like a Bowie. Like they have similar like crazy energies, but even at that, like Bowie just seems like fun. Red just seems annoying. I don't see it from him. So yeah, not a fan of him. And then Riley, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much from her, but she seems like she's a lot of fun. She seems very quirky. Like she seems like she's also very like self-aware of who she is. And that's a good trait to have in Big Brother. So I think she's going to do well, possibly get into a showmance. We'll see. I could definitely see that from Riley. But I also see her as someone that probably is going to get in like a big alliance of some sort and be in like a really powerful position. I don't know how likable she's going to be by the end. I could see her being someone who like preseason we're like, yay, Riley. And by the end we're like, boo, Riley, we don't like her. But we'll see how she really turns out to be. So yeah, those are my quick thoughts on everybody. Love you guys. I got to go. My dad and I are going to go see a movie and we'll see you
later. Enjoy, even though you saw it yesterday. Bye. I know you saw it yesterday by yourself, but enjoy again.
Yes, I fell asleep towards the last like 30 minutes, so we're gonna hope I don't do that this time.
Yeah, maybe get some like popcorn and stuff and eat.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
But yeah, I'll finish this off and then we'll obviously do our draft when you're home.
Yeah, you'll share your screen as well on the parade. Do you have?
Yeah, yeah, I got it up.
Okay, great. So you're on Nicole.
Yeah, I only have to do 3, so.
All right, great. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Love you. All right, so. I will be finishing this off just like when Kevin had to finish off since he's going to the movie with his dad. He had to finish off our claim to fame one yesterday, which was only like which was literally just the guess off for the recent episode. So I will be finishing off I will be finishing this off. All right, for our cast assessment, let me just share my screen. Share screen, and it's this one. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So here on Nicole. All right. She is 30. Her hometown is St. Louis, Missouri, but she currently resides in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, I think. Yeah. She's a political consultant, which is like pretty iconic. How does it feel to be on the 25th season? She's excited to be on the iconic BB 25th season. She's excited for all of the twists and turns. She's sure they're going to see some things from the past and maybe some things from the future pop up. So she's really excited for what's to come. I have no idea. She has no idea what Big Brother might have planned. So she's really excited to see what's in store. The twists she thinks are happening she's expecting a bunch of twists, a bunch of turns, maybe some appearances from the most iconic players of the past. She doesn't know. She just wants to see what happens. She wants to play because she wants to play the Big Brother game. It's a combination of the fact of watching Xavier and Taylor walk away with a grand prize, which we stan. Love Xavier, love Taylor. Walk away with the grand prize to show her that it's possible for African American players to not only go far in this game, but also win. She also got married, which is really expensive. So $750K doesn't sound too bad. And let's be honest, a 1 in 16 chance at $750K. What else is she ever going to have those odds? If she's going to bet on anybody, she's betting on herself. Her thoughts on Julie, just Julie and Big Brother are synonymous and blah, blah, blah. Don't really need to worry about that question. Her strategy is she's going to play this game like a politician. She's going to shake your hand, going to kiss your baby, going to smell your face, and when you least expect it, she's going to stab you in the back and take all your money. What is your reaction to Big Brother 25 playing on fall? It's totally different. She doesn't know how far they're going. It's Halloween, Thanksgiving coming up. She thinks that changes the state of the game and the type of competitions they're going to play. So she's excited to see things unfold or how things unfold. And she'll win because she's the full package. She's a mixture of Tiffany, Xavier, Brittany, Janelle, with a little bit of Tyra Banks. Like, honestly, awesome. I freaking love her so much. Nicole is definitely another winner pick of mine. She's just, I adore her so much. Like her mentioning like a Taylor, Xavier, Brittany, Janelle, Tyra Banks, which is really funny, and Tiffany, like mentioning all these icons and such. It's just, she's the full package. She's like amazing. And she just gives like that complete winner vibe. I just adore her so much. And like, she could definitely win or at least make it super far. I see a lot of potential in her. Like, she's definitely going to be very strategic, especially with her political consultant job. Like, she's definitely going to be very well-spoken, very articulate. She'll definitely know how to strategize and know how to talk to people. So she'll probably be very social. I can honestly see her also being another triple threat. Like, I can see her doing well in like the mental comps. I can see her doing well in the physicals too. We'll see. I can see her working with the girls, trying to get a girls alliance or just like a ride or die kind of thing, or maybe just like a trio, like a girly pops kind of trio. Girly pops from BB Can. But yeah, I can see her doing very well. She's at least getting, I can see her winning, but I don't know, maybe like a third, fourth, like she's definitely making it far. I love her. I love Nicole. And she's got a lot of potential. And like, I don't think she'll get caught because like she just seems like the person that everyone's gonna love. Like, she seems like very likable. Okay. All right. Red Utley. He is 37. His hometown is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So I assume that's where he resides too. and he's in sales. How's it feel to be on 20th season? Being a part of Big Brother is actually elated. It's something you watch on TV, and you can sit down and you can holler this and holler out about what you're going to do. He gets an opportunity to actually test that instead of saying, well, this is what I would do. I get to be the one making those decisions, and that is exciting. What twists he thinks are happening. As far as what Big Brother has in store, he knows to expect the unexpected. Having watched all the other seasons, that's the one true constant. You never know what's going to happen, and that's kind of what I love about it. And the possibility of unknown intrigues me. He decides to want to play because Big Brother gave him a chance, an opportunity not only to financially get a leg up in life, but also just a chance to prove himself that he can do something this is challenging, and he means it's not just some TV show. Big Brother is mentally and physically very, very challenging. And for him, just to put himself through that test, to show that even for himself, not just his kids, he can do it, is something big for him. Experience watching. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my internet decided to cut out during so I had to restart my computer. It only does because it usually like once they restart, it comes back. It's just weird. I don't know why Streamer does that, but I'm glad we're back. Also, hey Kevin, love you. He'll be obviously. I will continue this. And yeah, we go to where I go back. I'll just start with where I was on red. Okay, I will screen share. Share screen. Big Brother. There we go. There we go. All right. I guess I'll just okay. Field Beyond. I'll just start with the Field Beyond 25th season again, just because I don't know where exactly it cut out. So, being a part of Big Brother, he's actually elated. It's something you watch on TV, and you can sit down and you can holler this and holler out about what you're going to do. He gets an opportunity to actually get to test that instead of saying, well, this is what he wants to do. he wants to be the one making those decisions, and that's exciting. A twist. It's what Big Brother might have in store. Expect the unexpected. Watching the other seasons, it's one true constant. You never know what's going to happen, and that's kind of what he loves. The possibility of unknown intrigues him. He wants to play because it gave him a chance, an opportunity not only to financially get a leg up in life, but also just a chance to prove to himself that I can do something that this is challenging. And it isn't just some TV show, it's mentally and physically very, very challenging. And for him just to put himself through that test, to show for even himself, not just his kids, he can do it, it's something big for him. Experience watching, he wouldn't call himself a super fan. He watched it when it first came out and watched it pretty religiously with his family, because back then you didn't have TiVo or anything like that. When it comes on, the family gathered around, you pop the popcorn. Big Brother and Survivor was what's going to be on TV. Now you've got to stream and stuff like that. So for him, he stays busy. He stays outside doing that kind of thing. So TV is just something he watches every evening. It's extremely special to him to be able to come onto a show that was such a big part of his childhood. He recently got back into watching BB, and he's definitely a big fan, but obviously he's not a super fan. He classifies a super fan as somebody who knows all the ins and outs, but that is writing things down and over preparing for the thing. He was wanting to basically fly by the seat of the pants. He wouldn't call himself a big fan, maybe not a super fan, but a big fan. What are your thoughts on Julie the Hose? I mean, he just can't wait to meet her. Blah, blah, blah. Style, charisma. Strategy is going to Big Brother game is to develop a strategy as he goes. He doesn't think he can go in there with any one plan. He can have plans A through Z, but when you get in there, it all changes. The beauty of Big Brother is that you expect the unexpected, and if you cannot adapt, there's nothing you can really do to prepare yourself for what they're going to throw at you. So he's going to prepare himself to adapt. He will hide that he's not going to tell anyone his initial profession right out of the gate, just as far as a salesperson. He's just because he thinks sales are associated with a little bit of command and manipulation and that kind of thing. So he may go in there with a little bit of a different profession. He hasn't decided whether or not he's going to let them know how old he is yet. I mean, he's not really like old, but he's like 37 is not old, but I mean, it's still like older than some of them, which is pretty cool. Kevin says not shocked he's a recruit either, and he doesn't seem like a real person to him. Yeah, honestly, it's hard to like take this guy seriously. We'll see what happens. Like I want to be surprised, but like he's just, yeah, he definitely doesn't seem like a real person. I just can't really take him seriously. Like I just think he just like sounds like someone who would be on like Duck Dynasty or just like something very like very deep southern country, you know? So it's like hard to really take himself seriously in that aspects. So he could be first booed. He could maybe just be pre-jury. I do not know where he's going. I feel like he's going pre-jury, but we'll see. Because I mean, I obviously love being surprised, so maybe he'll surprise us. But right now, I don't really get like I don't really have high potential for him. But I mean, I could see him bonding with a Bowie because of their cracked energy. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely not surprised he's a recruit either. But yeah, we will see what happens with him. Don't have high expectations for Red, but we will see. And also, it would be really funny if Red, Blue, and America all like made an alliance just because of the like names thing. That'd be really funny. All right, now getting into the last one, Riley Smedley. All right. She is 24. She's from Portland, Maine, but she lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Love that. Love Nashville. She's a bartender. She feels to be how she feels to be on the 25th season. She can't believe she's here in general. It isn't real life. She keeps pinching herself and she's not waking up. So assuming this is real, she's super excited. Honored she was chosen and it's historical and the 25th season. It's awesome for her. What she thinks are happening. She's terrified. She doesn't know what they're going to do to her. Have mercy on her, she says. Please, I beg you. I have no idea, and that's the beauty of it. You never really know what to expect, and she's so excited to embrace it. It's going to be crazy. she decided she wanted to play because she brings a certain flavor that's not so commonly seen. She has a lot in her, and a lot of people don't know, and she's excited to share that with the house guests and with America. I definitely am she's definitely kind of all over the place. She says she's a natural born spaz, and she just thinks it's her life in general. I feel like she feels she should have her own TV show sometimes because everything is all over the place and crazy, but it's going to be great. You guys get to watch, and she might be crying at one point and rolling around the mud. She never knows. Her experience watching, she's not a huge fan, but she's always, I read that wrong. She is a huge fan. She always has been. Her family dedicates a whole summer to the show. They're not kidding. It's very intense in the house. She loves the show, loves the concept, and it's exciting and fun. It's a really good thing to watch and see people do. She just has always wondered what it would be like to be part of it, and now she's here and can't wait. Obviously, she just thinks Julie's perfect and angel, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Her strategy going into this game is she's going to really be embracing her situational awareness and just keep her head on a swivel, staying on her toes because you really never know what to expect. And she feels like when you make a plan to do something, oftentimes it doesn't really turn out how it's supposed to. So I think just adapting to whatever is happening in front of her and not floating is going to be her two big key strategies in the house. Okay. She will hide. She doesn't really have a secret to keep. She's pretty much an open book, and honestly, even if she was to keep a secret, it would probably accidentally blurt it out. So she's pretty open and most nervous. It's all brand new. It's totally crazy, once in a lifetime type of situation where you're just kind of planted in this isolated house with random strangers and you just have to figure it out. And so that's one of the things that's super uncomfortable, but at the same time, she's super used to being in uncomfortable situations and just embracing it and figuring it out. So she thinks it'll be okay. All right. So with Riley, I really like Riley a lot. Like she's another one who really surprised me. She just seems like very fun, very bubbly, just very silly. Like she just gives like a vibe of like me, very like this, very just like bubbly, silly, fun. But also she seems like me too. Like she seems like very kind, very caring. Like she'll charismatic. She just seems like someone who's just gonna get along with like everybody. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna get like 4th place or 2nd place, but I also do see her having a good jury management, like with her self-awareness or maybe she'll have to prove to people like to see if she would get the win in the end. Like maybe she'll say like, I'm very self-aware. She'll like really, I could see her really owning her game. Like people like really like go to bat or like go to like, or like go for her if she's in the final 2. So I can definitely see her really like owning her game because of her self-awareness. So yeah, I can definitely see 2nd place vibes and 4th place from her. So I can see her going really far, just being a social queen. And I can see her doing well in challenges, especially the physical ones for sure. And being a bartender, she'll probably make drinks on like when there's alcohol deliveries. I can see her just being very like very bubbly and just making a lot of drinks, like when there's parties and stuff, or making like anything really. I can just see her being a lot of fun. I could definitely see her getting into a showman's, or at least just like a showman's, or I could see her being in a showman's. I can also see her getting into like maybe just a flirt man's, but also I can see her just using that to her advantage, because I definitely see these women like being very like girl power and just using guys to their advantage. But I definitely don't see her. I could see her being in a showman's, but I also don't see her like just focusing just on that. I don't see her doing that at all. Like I can see her cutting her showman's for instance. But yeah, seems like a really nice person. Really fun to watch, and she's definitely just gives like a very wholesome vibe too, like a life of the party, but also very wholesome and sweet, like with the southern charm. I'm really excited to watch her play. So yeah, right now I get 2nd and 4th vibes from her, but we'll see. Overall, such a great cast. I love it so much, and I'm so excited for the premiere. It's gonna be so fun to watch, and Kevin and I will be doing our draft for when he gets home from the movies. And I'm very excited for that. Love you guys, and stay tuned for our cover of this week's Stars on Mars, and of course this week's Big Brother premiere. And stay tuned for eventually Secret Chef and the Traitors, the Mole, the Circle, all that fun stuff. Love you guys so much, and couples who stay together, stay together. Love you all.